The Timeline of Instant Manifestation, 2017 through 2039. What is going to happen in 2039? 2039 through 2040. There will be an 18-month period when 95% of the entire population of Earth will transform into light, first as a ghostly figure, then into a light, and then disappear. They won't all disappear at the same time. There will be a few disappearing over here, and a few disappearing over there, and the one over there, and then one over here, and then maybe 1,000 at a time. And each of these times that an entity disappears or a group disappears, it is because that is the moment that their consciousness has risen into the full spectrum of light energy that transforms their entire body into light. At first, there will be some standing on earth who will see them turning into a ghost-like figure. They will first look like a ghost, much more transparent, and then they will turn into light, and then they will disappear. And when they turn into a ghost-like figure, they will rise higher and higher, and then you will see them in the sky, and then they will pop into a burst of light, just like a spark or a star, and then they will disappear. And this transfiguration process is actually a normal scientific formula when we understand what the body actually is. The body that scientists see in this third-dimensional reality is a carbon-based body. When a carbon-based body is seen in scientific terms, it is an entity who would have to return into the density that it is. It would have to turn into dust. It would have to die, and then the particles of the body become more and more dust-like until it transforms into dust. That would be a carbon-based scientific formula. But in 2017, we're moving into a different chemical structure, a different biological structure, a different elemental formula, where the body actually rises beyond just the spectrum of light of the Hertzian level. Now, everything in our science bases reality on this Hertzian level of what can be seen and touched and felt and measured in scientific terms. But when we move up into a higher dimension, into an infrared reality of looking at things, that is why people are now being able to see spaceships and seeing light in the clouds and seeing a lot of different light spectrums and more rainbows flowing through, and these things that people are seeing as miraculous and the end of times things that they're seeing. They're being able to see these because they're rising from a Hertzian level of consciousness into the infrared spectrum of light. And this infrared spectrum of light is allowing us to see what is on the other side of the veil. It's allowing us to see from the spiritual side and looking back at the physical side through spiritual eyes. So we're seeing something more and more. But the body actually has to rise into the full spectrum of light and sound. This light and sound spectrum is the music of the spheres. It is what the entire cosmos is made of. It's the consciousness, the entire consciousness of Om, the entire consciousness of the frequency of the sun. And this light spectrum of the sun doesn't only contain Hertzian frequencies, it contains infrared frequencies and visible light and invisible light and X-ray and gamma rays and pre-plasma gamma rays, everything the plasma is made of, the pre-light and sound, the pre-heliotalic frequency. The heliotalic frequency is a 14th dimensional frequency. It's when we rise into the cosmic level of frequencies.